So it's been a week since I recorded last. Unfortunately, I've had quite a few setbacks. When I went to go wire brush, which unfortunately I used a steel wire brush first, you're actually supposed to use brass, which I hope is not going to be a problem. But again, brass steel brush for grinding the inside of the hull. I was all set. Spent about a day on this, and about a third of the way through it, I ran into some serious problems. Unfortunately, I've got some corrosion in the hull. I've got at least 3 spots. One here is the biggest. You can kind of see how big it is. It's about the size of a penny, but not quite as round. And then over here, I've got another spot. Now, what causes this is the foam, spray and foam that was put in underneath the tray that was used as the ski storage compartment traps water, and unfortunately, if there's no oxygen in there or no airflow, it causes galvanic corrosion, I believe is what they call it. So what I've got to do is patch this, and to do that, I've got some hobby sheet metal, aluminum. I hope it's 5052. I'm assuming it is, although I tried to look online and could not find out, but I'm assuming at least they're both aluminum, and there should be no additional corrosion caused by it. And I'll be using 5200 fast cure marine sealant. And if I can find them here, I'll be riveting them with closed hole rivets, all aluminum shank. And so the idea here is to put a little square patch on the inside, seal it, drill some holes obviously, and then rivet it in place. And then to top it all off, once you get through wire grinding the inside of your hull, you coat all your rivets with Glue-Vit and all your seams. So that's on the project. It's been kind of a setback. It was quite depressing to see this. Some people say you should scrap the hull at this point. I'm going to try to salvage it. And not to top it all off too, I had a bad case of gout, 2 flare-ups over the week. So obviously a lifestyle change is in order. Ironic how the two happened at the same time, but it's unfortunate. But got to continue on, so I'll be patching this today. I just wanted to show you what these holes look like. Now there is other corrosion or pitting, and I'm just going to try to use some sort of marine epoxy just to fill that in a little bit. More concerned about the holes at this point. Okay, I'm back a few weeks later, and as you can see, I've got my aluminum patches in. Ended up putting 3 in, one here, the biggest one. One up here was a small pit, and one right in the center. This is the one I'm probably the most worried about because the corrosion is closest to the stringer. So next is going to be a water test. I'm going to fill this thing up like a bathtub. And wanted to let you know I put in a few at the end here. I used pop rivets and just 5200. Some of these had a little backer on it. I don't know if you can see it or not. I put a little back plate aluminum on it because my rivets were too long. But so I'll be filling this up with water, giving it a water test, and if all goes well, I'll be flipping it over and starting to strip the hull. One of the things I wanted to point out is Saturday I ended up winning a bid on eBay for this beautiful Mercury 50 horsepower tiller with a power trim, everything I wanted in a motor. So it's perfect. Started it up, it runs fine, really smooth, a 4-cylinder. It's a 1985 also, last of the 4 cylinders that Mercury made in this size, and I was really happy to get that. So that'll look nice on the boat. Alright, time for the water test. Okay, so far so good on the leak test. Nothing dripping, just had one little drip from the plug itself, but absolutely no drips below. I did not fill it all the way up. This is probably about as much as I'm going to fill it. And then I'll get it on the lake before I put the floorboards in to give it the true test before I glue it. trim demo. Goes up to the limit switch, and I have to press both buttons to get it for trailering. Finally got the wiring figured out, and the down switch. Seems to be working good. Okay, it looks a little bit like a floating ghost ship. So I got the trailer out from underneath it. I got the boat hoisted up. I went up through the rafters. This is actually what I used to put Dakota's hardtop up on for storage. And then I put 2 eye bolts in the header and got a strap and some jacks and got it up. So now I'm going to lower it down on a longer strap and try to flip it. We'll see how it goes. Okay, a lot of adjustment on the straps, but I was able to get her flipped, so I'm going to lower it down to on the dolly I made and move her on outside. The hull looks in pretty good shape. A couple of scrapes in the back and some rivets missing. I don't know if I'm going to replace those or not. I just have to see. I'm going to actually do a little bit of stripping on this right now, and then I'm going to put it away for about a month. I've got too much else going on. And needed to get used to this hoist before I put Dakota's hardtop on. So at least I got it flipped, and I can go out there every night for a little bit and just strip the hull. Okay, I'll go ahead and post this, and part 2 will come in a month or 2. So Cadden's standing by the flipped boat, Cameo. Decided not to have one more little clip before I post. There's the trailer getting ready to be hauled to the yard. You want to say something, Cadden?
What? Are you going to paint it?
Yes. I'm going to strip the bottom, polish it, and only paint the sides blue, dark blue.